Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You like my shirt?
Modern art dealer. I love it.
Sell me your JPEG. Not anymore. I don't want that stupid JPEG on the blockchain. Welcome back to Trade Show. I'm David. I'm joined with my man, JP.
In the house.
In the house.
Ready to trade.
The house that Rob built. We built. Anyways, we're excited to be here with you today. We're doing some special today. I think we're gonna make a habit of doing this. I think every show, maybe every show. Let's start with today. I'm gonna post a trade, whether it's Bitcoin, an altcoin, ETH, whatever. You guys are gonna decide the direction. JP and I will hunt down the trade. We'll put it in live. We'll use company money. I'll use company money. And whatever amount we make, if we hit the trade, we will give away to one person.
Absolutely. So, viewer's choice.
Viewer's choice.
Whatever direction you want to go.
Who's Legendary God King? Do you know this person?
Yeah, that's actually one of my people.
Let's go. Man, JP.
Yeah, I have a very small crew that I do TA with. That's one of them.
Let's go.
Shout out to God King.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Look, he's our main man now. You got to share him, all right? Okay, guys, yesterday, how did your trade play out from yesterday, by the way? I know we're both in a Bitcoin long. I got stopped out. I know you were still.
I got stopped out as well. Yeah, we both got stopped out of the long. That was a scalp, though. You know, and we knew that was high risk. Yeah. You know.
So let's dig into that real quick. We'll close the poll in about 15 minutes, and then we'll hunt down that trade. Let's look at the chart. What do you think went wrong? I'll start with you first, JP. If you want to go, I think we were trading on what, the 1 hour.
No, it was like the 15-minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 5 or 15 minute.
It might have been the 5-minute, but we knew we were in a rising channel. We knew we were pumping all day. I mean, it was high risk, of course. You know, but I don't know if you remember my other idea for the longer term. I was looking at the 1 hour short.
You were. And
really, I should have entered that then and there, you know, because that ended up playing out. I'm bringing up the chart here, and if you had taken that trade, you would actually still be in it. And it actually hit the target, believe it or not. And I didn't think it would, looking at it last night.
Oh, damn.
And I even missed the entry. I was doing other things in life. I wasn't really in the charts, but
what is more important than the charts, man?
Life, family, friends, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Helping people. But the trade played out, you know, so I like those higher time frames, man. The 1 hour is a lot more reliable, you know, than the 15 or 5. You know, so actually it hit the target. I really didn't think it would. It came up, and the thing is, it would have actually came back to my break-even point. I probably would have got stopped out anyway, and at break-even. But it ended up playing out. We're all the way down to what, 70,900 right now. So what do you think is going to happen from here?
That's what I was going to ask, man. Is what's your bias for the day? Are you directionally long bias? Are you directionally short bias? I'm looking at the 4 hour time frame here. Here's like a broadening rising wedge on the 4 hour. And so right now, if I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, what am I looking to scalp right now? I think the play would be, unless, now we do expect, at least I expect, this to eventually break potentially to the downside. Well, actually, I don't know, because this is expanding, right? That range is getting larger. We're putting in on the 4 hour time frame consecutive higher highs and higher lows. That really hasn't changed yet. So do we wait to get tapped in at the bottom end of this range here, which would bring us to sub 70,000 for a long entry, and we try to ride it back up to the top end of that channel? Which would be entry here. We can maybe, you know, take a little bit of profit before we get to around 73K, and then ride the rest up to this, you know, to the top end of this wedge here, which, if I drop a flag, theoretically, of course, if it happens in this time frame, will bring us up to close to 77K. So is that the bias on the 4 hour? If you go down to the 1 hour, the 1 hour is actually obviously a little more bearish, potentially coming into a little bit of an M pattern here. Right, you got the little bit of a kind of a pseudo double top. Are we coming into a bear flag, which should break to the downside? Now, both can be true. We can short the 1 hour into the 4 hour support and then reverse the position along the 4 hour up to the top end of the range. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But looking at Bitcoin on the 1 or the 4 hour, there's no trade set up like a, hey, let's go in and market order this thing right now.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be waiting for an entry level, whether it's shorting the 1 hour, or longing the 4 hour. But ultimately, whatever we decide, whatever trade we find is going to be up to the chat watching and the people who are voting on that community poll, because whatever direction you guys choose, we will find a trade. Whether it's on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 15, the whatever.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of my thinking, right? Let's wait to see if this bear flag plays out on the 1 hour. Let's short it down to the support level here around sub 70K. And then once we hit that, let's reevaluate and see, is that level going to hold? And can we ride a much larger trade of a long to the upside? And when I say much larger, because if we get our entry around, what is this, 69.6, we hide our stop below this high volume node, 2 high volume nodes, and our target TP is at the top end of this range. That would be almost a 7-to-1 trade.
Is that a fib bounce range? It looks like one.
Let's take a peek. Oh, this is not 1 hour. Let's take a look at a fib. Let's draw the fib from here to there. This is a 50% bounce. Yes, it is.
And your entry is what would have been what price?
For the long on the 4 hour bounce, it would be 69. It would be the gold pocket.
Yeah, 69.9.
Yep.
Yeah. I got it right here too. Yeah, I'm on a 1 hour. I'm taking from this low here at 67,500. And stretching to the top at 73,000. That's
where I'm at.
900. Yeah, golden poquito right there, 69,900.
Did you say golden poquito?
Poquito, yeah.
Poquito means small though.
Oh, well.
How do you say pocket in Spanish? How?
Good question. Well, maybe the 786 is the big one. I don't know.
I don't know. I like confluence with Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Pocket in Spanish is bolsillo.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nice try though.
And honestly, in these like high volatility times, like, the fib bounces are a lot more reliable than trying to catch a continuation pattern, right?
Amen. So with that all being said, if you had to pick a directional bias for the day, which way are you swinging, my friend?
I'm bearish right now for the day on the small time frames, but I'm with you on the larger time frames, especially that 4 hour. And if you look at this 4 hour chart, I found another falling wedge, a falling broadening wedge. It's just a little more zoomed into yours. You had the larger one, but look at this one coming down right now in confluence with the 4 hour 200 MA pass. And it's been retracing down. Maybe we get support from the 21. Maybe that might be a zone there for a long once we reach down there, but a short for now to get there. Is the poll out yet for the
poll is up.
The poll is up.
I want to wait another maybe 5 to 10 minutes to close it out. Give more people to, as people trickle in. Give more.
Yeah.
But right now, it's 60-40 short to long.
60-40 short to long. Yeah. Okay, right now. Okay, cool.
So if we were to close the poll right now, we'd be looking for a short trade.
Okay. That sounds about right to me. So, get engaged with that poll and hit the like for sure. Share the stream. Let's get more people in here to, kind of get more ideas, about the direction here.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a peek at kind of where the markets are. Let's go to the crypto bubbles. We'd have some pretty big gainers on today. OKB is up 22%. This is an exchange token on OKX, one of the largest exchanges in the world. Siren. You know anything about Siren?
I don't know anything about Siren. No.
Cracked into the top 100. Bard. You know anything about Bard?
I do not.
Me neither.
No.
Kite. I flown a kite once in my life. It was a bad experience. It was like, it was so hyped up for a week and then it was not fun at all. Mean core up, ton coin, and then everything else is in the red. Your biggest loser seems to be in the AI space, as Virtuals is down 7.3%, Render is down 6%. We have Dash down in the privacy. Trump token, deservedly so, down 7.1%. So, I want to take a peek at Ethereum. And then, JP, I know you said you had a potential kind of trade idea you wanted to go through. So I'll let you cue that up while I go through ETH.
Okay.
So much like Bitcoin on the higher, and really anything above the 30-minute, they all pretty much look the same. ETH is no different than where Bitcoin is. You have this rising wedge. Let's see if this one's broadening as well. This one actually, I mean, if I were to draw, I would try to get as many touch points as possible. This is probably how I would draw it and call this a deviation. Right, here's your tap 1, resistance tap 2, resistance tap 3, and then another deviation, broke below, failed, rejected, and then on our way down and onto the downside, same thing. So this, if this stands true, if this is how we're drawing our channel, our wedge, this is a tightening rising wedge, which either way should also still break to the downside. We open up market side for B. We see after hitting a new high, momentum started to roll over the stochastics and the RSI. We hit a higher high on the momentum wave, which also rolled over as well. Money flow looks like it's inching closer to the red, or at least a midline to enter into the red. And VWAP expansion to the downside is continuing. This is the deepest VWAP expansion we've seen since Friday, February 27th, so last Friday. If we zoom into maybe the day, or zoom out to the daily on ETH, looks a lot better. Momentum is still on our side for the bulls on the 1 hour time frame for ETH. Money flow made a sharp V-shaped recovery. Looks like it's starting to fizzle out a little bit, or at least kind of level out here on market side for B. As far as money flow, and VWAP has kind of capped off as well. So momentum to the upside, even on the daily time frame, is weaning, and we've been in this kind of range for ETH. Let me get rid of this, and let's just draw a rectangular box.
Okay.
So this is kind of the range that ETH has been consolidating in, this kind of parallel range where you have the top end of your range sitting at, so many numbers, 1823 on the bottom end, 2150 on the top end of the range. Now this is enough of a gap in range for us to make money. This is a 15% gap, but eventually consolidation ranges, they do break. So are we forming a base, potentially what this looks like as well? And of course, this is us kind of speculating and front running. Can we see something like this, JP, where this ends up being a massive cup and handle pattern? And that would be a fairly large one. If we were to assume this is going to happen, we measure the depth of the head. And let's assume, and we're making a lot of assumptions here, but hey, this is, let's go ahead and draw it up here. Let's say that was the bottom. Nope. Let's say that was the bottom. And our top is essentially a double top here. It's a perfect head and shoulders pattern. And we break out on the 50. This would take ETH above $3,500. Now, of course, this would all depend on Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to rally up to 80K? You see the title of the show today is kind of an inflection point. I think if we lose 70K, we're more than likely going to put in a lower low from 40K, a cycle perspective.
30K.
I don't know about 30, but definitely in the mid 50s. Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. I'm not saying we're not going to get bounces, but the trend will continue to be down until we hit those levels. The opposite, if we can hold 70 and run back up to 74, reclaim, stay above for maybe a day or two, take 80 and then 82.5 and then 87. And then now we're talking about getting back to that 96 and 98K level where we got rejected last time. But then it's a little bit of a different kind of conversation. So for me, ETH on the high time frames is consolidating for a larger move. I expect that move to be to the upside as long as things hold for Bitcoin, with an expanded move after some sort of kind of falling channel consolidation into a cup and handle pattern with a break to the upside target around 35.77. And so Bitcoin looks, kind of back to Bitcoin, and then I'll throw it over to you, JP, for your trade.
Sure.
Bitcoin looks, Bitcoin is kind of a little choppy.
See what we're doing. Let's look at the smaller time frames.
Yeah, I'm on the 1 hour. Here's the 15-minute on BTC.
It's like we're bear flagging on the 15-minute.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll let you kind of.
We're getting rejected. We're losing moving averages on the 1 minute. But money flow is choppy. It's overall kind of choppy. And I don't know. The 15-minute looks very bearish to me. Yeah, these small time frames don't look great at all. And
you're hoping the people voted short. Oh, is that a trigger wave on the 5 minute?
Let's check it out.
Market cipher B, is that a trigger? Is that a short trigger wave right there? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, we got a red dot, fresh red dot. Stokes are high. This doesn't look too great. Doesn't look too great at all. And I would like to show you the NASDAQ again today,
Please, yeah.
just to give us an overall sentiment for the financial and
not to
economic.
interrupt you, JP, but a blood diamond just printed on the 5 minute as well.
Okay. Oof. Okay, yeah, I don't have market cipher A activated here. Okay. Oof.
Man.
Yeah, this can come down pretty hard. Let me just take a quick confluence with the NASDAQ. Let's take a look. And look at that. Looks familiar?
Yeah, a little bit.
On the 5 minute there. I drew a line here from the start of the day.
Might be a little triple bottom there on the NASDAQ though, huh?
Yeah, I see that. It wants to form a triple bottom there.
Holds, yeah.
It could. But yeah, this white line is from the start of the day. So that gap is yesterday's close. So it opened lower. It came up high.
We filled it.
Yep, filled that gap. Took a little liquidity and then came right on down. This is very classic NASDAQ behavior here. And then lost moving averages, double death cross. Now consolidating bearishly under the 200 on a 5 minute. So not looking too great on the NASDAQ for traditional finance. And then let's direct you to Forex Factory. I want to be running you through these red folders. These are important economic data that a lot of Wall Street traders use for bias because once again, Bitcoin is traditional finance now. We're being affected, as you can see, by the NASDAQ. So we have unemployment claims today, a red folder. And it's funny because yesterday we had, we had
ISM PMI.
Yeah.
Non-farm payroll.
Yeah, exactly. We had the employment numbers. We had more employment, but we have higher unemployment today. So it was expected to be 215K, but it came in as 213K. And usually this would be a red number if it was bad, but because it's so close to 215, it's like statistically the same. It's like a nothing burger,
right?
Essentially, but it's still, it's still less than expected. So not amazing, kind of, just a nothing burger there. So, look at, check this out. One more thing that we want to look at is the liquidity chart I showed you yesterday, right?
I like this, by the way.
Yeah, and remember, so yesterday we were in this zone that I'm circling with my mouse here, and I was showing you that there was a little bit of crumbs up to the top, and you see we got rejected. And look, we built some liquidity to the downside. So these are longs here. These are long liquidations that we are attacking now. And we're also building up more liquidity to the upside, as you can see. So, we got a change in character, a change in direction here on the liquidity charts.
JP, I closed the poll.
What are they saying?
The chat wants a short.
Okay.
I will give you the honors today. you hunt the trade today.
Okay.
I'll hunt the trade tomorrow, whatever the chat chooses. You tell me what you want, and I will put it. I will put the trade in on Bitunix. We'll do $25. I'll do 100x leverage. Whatever we make, we'll give it away to the community, including the $25 that we put up.
Okay. All right. Well, let me scout some type of setup here. I don't want to go too high time frame because we were kind of long bullish on that. Let's do something that's going to play out during this trading day here. Let's go to maybe either 5 or 15. I like 15 with this 200 right here. Maybe we could do something like this. Okay. Some type of a descending triangle. If we can stay below the 200, that could be a possible good trade. You see the Stokes are coming higher. Money flow doesn't look good. And let's see what this will look like. Short position. We definitely want to limit order this. What if we put it there? So let's see how generous we're going to be here with the trade. Let's look to the left. Where's our next support? Oh, we could bring this bad boy all the way down. Look at that. The next support isn't down to 68,751.
Greedy, bro.
It's the measured move. Check it out. It's the measured move. Look at that. About that area. Oh, wait, what do you think, chat?
So entry, what's the entry price there?
That says 71,075. Stop loss is at 71,821. That would invalidate this, alleged descending triangle here. and take profit at 68,751.
And what leverage do you want me to use? You want me to do 100?
To me, I think position size is more important.
Well, we're doing a small position size. So
yeah.
we're doing a $25
Okay.
position size. Yeah.
Okay.
If we're going to do this every show, you know, we got bills to pay. So I don't know. I'm thinking 100x. We go
100x is fine. Okay.
71,075. Yeah.
Okay. It was 71,075.
Okay.
And let me see if we got anything to worry about here. I like it.
And what was the TP at?
TP is at 68,755.
68,007. This is okay. This is not going to work. This is like 33 cents. Let's let's do a better one. We can't do 25 bucks.
Is it your ratio or something like that? Because I mean the risk reward is there. It's 3-to-1. Maybe you have to. I guess it's the position size.
That's a good point. Yeah, it shouldn't be that low.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Quantity by cost. 25.
Yeah, maybe
open short. There we go. Much better. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So TP was at 68.
Yeah, 68,756.
Okay, JP.
And yeah, stop loss.
750. We'll just go 765. Is that cool?
Yeah, anything in that range. Yeah, you got
stop loss.
Stop loss is 71,791.
71,790. Let's do 800. Okay. So, Chad, if we hit this trade now, this trade, it might take till tomorrow. But either way, we'll mark out this trade.
Yeah.
We should probably create some sort of a spreadsheet or something we can log the trade.
Uh-huh.
But the question then is I guess we can get people, the ones that are in here that voted. If you come back to the next show, whenever this trade closes, if it closes in the green, you'll get a chance to win some money. And so there's the trade. 71K short, 71,077 for a short entry. TP's at 68,765. Stop loss is at 71,802 on Bitcoin. And this is looking at the 15-minute time frame. And that was getting a reject in. I think the entry was right where that 20 or that 200 MA was, right on the 15-minute.
Yeah, let me get back to it right here. Boop, boop. Yep, basically just shy of it. Yep, 71,057, just about right there. Yep. It's so basically you're playing like a bearish retest of that 200 on the 15. Yeah.
Beautiful. And it looks like we're about to.
And this, we got tapped in. Yeah. And don't be surprised if we get stopped out, man. This is a very volatile day. You know, small time frames can be treacherous. You know, you got to be careful here. So
the treachery, the debauchery, and the treachery.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. So that trade's in. We'll kind of let that cook. You told me before the show you had a potential trade setup.
Well, I don't know if it's a setup.
Or an idea.
It's a trade that I'm kind of already in. Because I don't know, I think you got the idea that maybe I don't do any degenerate trades. Sometimes I do. I got a bigger degenerate SUI long end. Some people call it SUI. Let's check that out. SUI. I'm doing a daily trade, a big old time frame, and I put a long here. My entry was at 91 cents, basically 0.919.
You're in the green.
I'm in the green pretty nicely right now, actually. And I'm trying to ride this bad boy all the way up to about 130 range. I'm trying to invalidate this kind of bearish pattern here, but this is all dependent on Bitcoin, right? So my original stop loss is down here. This trade is still takeable, you know, if someone wants to be degenerate as well. And along, this meme coin, sorry, not meme coin, but altcoin. SUI actually has utility though. I don't know how much you know about SUI, but
I know a little bit. I'm not the SUI whisperer, but
okay.
I feel like I know enough to confidently speak on it.
Besides Solana, I mean, I love them for their DeFi, lending protocols, liquidity. They're pretty good. So there's a stop loss that I originally had at 80 cents, 0.8099 here. and taking this bad boy all the way up to 135, a 4.2 risk reward ratio. I'm in break even right now. I don't want to lose any money on this. I'm in break even, but you know, I'm letting this one cook. I gotta, you know, that's a bigger trade right now. So, these are the kind of trades I like to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a get in and get out kind of guy. I don't like to stay in trades for too long, in crypto at least.
Okay.
When I was trading options and stocks, no problem. But in crypto, I can't.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
actually, I was going to ask you about just, you know, like your philosophy of trading, you know, not necessarily a strategy, but like we talk about trading philosophy, like, you know, obviously you like scalping, you like being in and out, but like, you know, how do you manage your emotions, you know, when trading, and like just like what do you look for? What exactly do you look for, you know, in setups generally, you know?
So the transition for me, and I'll keep this brief, the transition for me from traditional markets to crypto it was pretty harsh, man. I lost a lot of money trying to trade crypto in the beginning.
So you started in stocks?
I started in options.
Okay.
I was and totally different ballgame, right?
Okay.
You're more worried about when you're entering, not the price you're entering at, right? Because time decay is your biggest,
yep.
You know, your biggest nemesis. And so with crypto though, it was more about getting in and getting out, right? Like your trade setup can be pristine, ideal, and a liquidation event happens, or people go liquidation hunting, or there's some sort of fuckery going on. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen in the traditional market.
Yeah.
But so for me, my strategy is I want to get in, I want to get out. So I typically trade the 4-hour or lower. I'll look for confluence on the higher time frames. So my strategy is when I look at a chart for us, I'm like, okay, which way is this going?
Okay.
Is the move sustained? Then I look at volume. Volume to me is very important. I didn't pay attention to volume a lot. Volume to me is a lot important, especially if I'm trying to get in at the perfect time, which doesn't really exist, but as close to perfect as possible.
Okay.
If I'm looking for a short, and here's another thing I do that I recently started doing. Whichever way I decide to take a trade, I look at where am I going to set my stop loss? Okay, I identify my stop loss. Okay, what am I comfortable with? Losing percentage-wise and value-wise.
Yes,
right?
Defined risk.
And then I look at that, I'm like, okay, here would be the level that I would enter. Then I go through the time frames, I'm like, okay, does this make sense? Is there confluence? I draw some fibs. You know, I throw on some patterns. I, you know, look at market cipher. And if there's confluence there, I'll enter the trade in. I'll enter in the trade with confidence. If it's not, I'll look for another one. And then once I set it, I'm actively monitoring my trade. There's been times where I've set a stop loss and take profit, and I get a notification stop loss hit. I'm like, what? I look up, it went down to 3 ticks away from my TP, completely reversed and stopped me out.
Yep.
So I like to actively monitor my trade because if it's close or if I'm happy with my gains, I will close the trade out. I'll take the money and I'll move on to the next trade. So that's my strategy. Emotionally, it's very hard. I still struggle with it sometimes where, you know, something goes against you and you want to go out and revenge trade your way back to get your money back. It rarely works out. If it does work out, you got lucky. So that's the only thing I'll say is if you start to feel your blood pressure rising, step away for an hour.
I agree.
Step away, go drink water, play video games. I don't know, go talk to your wife, tell her a story about when you were a child, something like that. But just walk away, because if you sit behind that chart, and I've blown $3,000. I've blown $3,000 trying to revenge trade, and ultimately threw my mouse on my computer and broke my screen. Yeah,
when I have high anxiety, that's usually my cue that I'm doing it wrong, that I'm probably over leveraged or something. And I've been trying this new philosophy that I'm calling Zen trading, you know, where, you know, I'm basically like a trader monk, you know. I'm mixing two like Eastern philosophies here. I'm one part like Stoic philosophy, one part like even Buddhism, you know, philosophy. You know, the Stoic part where I'm focusing only on what I can control. You know, and then as far as the Buddhism, just accepting things for the way they are, and actually taking my attachment and my desire for money, even, you know, like taking the value out of it, taking the value out of money. That sounds crazy, right? As a trader, you know, and I don't even like having like a narrative, you know, I hate narratives, and I hate even trying to come up with a bias, you know. I like to ride the wave, you know, you know, very zen. You know, during the times of market crashes, I'm meditating in front of the charts. You know, calm.
So
ease.
you're telling me if Bitcoin starts to tank right now, you'll start meditating?
Absolutely. Well, no, maybe not right here unless you want to.
I'll support you.
See it.
I will support you.
Yeah, but I'm meditating and drinking green tea in front of the charts, man. I literally embracing chaos and just understanding that is. All things are what is meant to be, you know?
Yeah.
And that allows me to take advantage of opportunity. And that's why I like to do longer style trades, you know, in the discount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those bear market lows, Bitcoin at 30K. And I mean, granted, you need the dry powder, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, mentality wise, that's where I am in my philosophy. And that kind of translates to the way I trade, you know, and my strategies. Like, I don't like to, you know, base my trades on the fact that Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million, you know, or that Bitcoin is going to recover. I base it on, you know, the direct, you know, what the market is telling me, what the charts are telling me, and also just you know, just probability. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Probability, you know?
Yeah.
I believe in the numbers and math, you know, how probabilistic is a bounce from here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my narrative. But yeah, I'm sorry, just a little rant, but I just wanted to,
man. You're good.
I wanted to get my trading style.
You know,
yeah.
this is your second time on the show, so we need people to know who they're dealing with here. Okay, so right now the trade is not looking good. And so right now we're in the red, you guys. We very well might get stopped out.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's okay. Hey, you know what? The community wanted the short, man. Not to say that
we're doing what you want.
Not to say, hey, let's
see how bad is it. Let's see.
It's your fault. Shame on all of you. You should have voted long. Just kidding. Again, but I mean, 4 hour. We are getting a bounce at the 50 though, right?
Yeah, and there is some bull div there on the 15 actually. But let's see. Stokes are still very high.
And we're seeing increased volume too.
Yep.
Volume's increasing, momentum is bouncing, VWAP expansion to the upside. Money flow is starting to pick up pace to the upside. We did just get a reversal signal here on Market Cipher, and it happened. Oh, this is a good one. Happened on our VWAP here. See, this is what I like, okay? Some people will take indicators and say, oh my God. And to be fair, this used to be me. Used to be me. Oh, this is reversal. I'm going to go shorter right now. Where is it happening though?
Yeah.
Is it flashing at a key resistance level? Which it kind of did. This is your VWAP upper band at 71,354. And if you take a look, every time prior to getting up there, we've gotten rejected. And now it looks like we are getting rejected. So the 5 minute. Now, could we see a little bit more push to the upside until ultimately we get a green dot potentially? I don't know. What do you think about that? You think that's going to happen? Because sometimes what we see is we'll see the blue triangle. It'll have a little more expansion to the upside like so. Green dot, then we get that little bit of a reversal. Yeah. Triangle, green dot, and then the big reversal. Triangle, green dot, big reversal. Green. That's what we call it, the green dot of doom.
Oh, no. Let me activate my Market Cipher. Hey.
The green dot of doom.
Dun, 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 dun. There it is.
So I don't know. I kind of want to short at 71.3 here. Let's see what that trade setup would look like on a short. And of course, this is an idea I'm throwing out there that I will, and I want to take it above there. And I would want to bring this thing down. So that's a 3-to-1 trade. This looks like a good trade. So entry 71,359 for a short. Stop loss at 75,561. Above this high we had here about 2 hours and 11 minutes ago. And our TP down at this double bottom range here, where we kind of had a double bottom until we saw that expansion to the upside on increased volume.
Nice.
I will say 5 minute volume dropped on this candle. This one. You know, we would have to remain a little patient on this one because we do need one more kind of bump up here to get to that 71.3, which looks like we might not get it. We'll see. Hopefully we see this thing expand. We're seeing a little divergence here between the Stokes and the RSI. As Stokes have rolled over, well, I guess they rolled over at the same time, but RSI is a lot more extended than the Stokes are here on Market Cipher B. And money flow is continuing to expand to the downside. Now, to find confluence here on the 15-minute, nothing I'm seeing here. In fact, the 15-minute maybe gives us a little bit of hesitation here. Strictly looking at volume, this candle session volume is higher. 30-minute volume decreasing. Heikin-Ashi starting a potential reversal candle trend here. But again, decreasing volume. There's now 16 minutes left on that time frame. We do have a large volume area right here as another level of confluence for us for our trade. VWAP volume area, right? This is a high traded area here for Bitcoin. If I throw on Lux Algo, curious to see if there's an order block there, some sort of gap. No order block and no gap there. Okay. And then the last thing I'll look at is a 1 hour. Nothing really on the 1 hour. So outside of the 15-minute, the 5-minute, the 30-minute, and I think it was the 5-minute and the 30-minute, and there is our bump here, right?
Yeah.
There's our bump. And so I think that's going to be my trade, man. So here's the trade setup, and you're about to get tapped in. Enter a short at 71,356, stop loss at 71,561, take profit at 70,751. And let's in fact go ahead and put that. Let's go. I don't want to do 90x on this one. I want to do like 68x on this one. Do 71,356.
Looks good.
And stop loss was 71. Oh, it's right around the same one there. Let's go there. And TP was 70.769. 70.769. Cool. All right, there's a trade. Looks like we're about to get tapped in. So the trade from this morning, the community trade, that one is down. Looks like 24%. The trade I'm eyeing right now, those of you that got in before me, you got tapped in. If I was doing it on Bitunix, I would have gotten tapped in as well. And right now, this trade would be looking real juicy right about now. Take a look at that.
So yours is basically a shorter trade in the same direction.
Yeah.
Short there. Okay.
Yeah, except I was too late. I didn't get tapped in, but look at that.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe we'll get tapped in. We'll see. Either way, I got the order set. So those of you that want a trade set up, we're in both trades right now are shorts. Short at 71,362. Take profit sub 71K. And then stop loss at 71,531 above that swing high we had from a couple hours ago. Also, shout out to Tradefly. What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Legendary God King said, JP, demand on Bitcoin is rising from negative 244 to negative 33 right now, looking like it's getting ready to print a long.
Okay.
You don't say that. Don't say that, man. You just curse me.
Yeah, he uses some type of indicator. I don't know, some type of YouTube indicator. We call it the casino, man. It's like bing, 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 bing. It's literally like, go long, go short, go long. It's a casino. But it's a little bit helpful. That's what he's referring to.
Bro, look at this, man. I was on the money. I was on the fucking money.
Shout out to Tradefly. Good job, man.
Well, it's not a good job because I'm not in the trade. But hopefully you watch it. I hope you're watching because you want some trade entries. Because if you do, you got one. And if you're using higher margin or higher leverage, you could probably take profit for like a 12% gain right now in a matter of like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. So if this 5-minute candle closes around here or lower, I'm gonna cancel out. I'm gonna cancel my limit order. If it doesn't get filled in this session, I'm gonna cancel the order. Yeah. Because at that point, it's like you missed the move we were expecting, right? We're expecting this move and we missed it.
Yeah.
So there's no point in keeping the limit order open. And so if it doesn't fill within 2 minutes and 51 seconds, I'm canceling the order and we'll try to look for a new one. Can we take a peek, JP, at Solana?
Let's take a look.
Yeah. And also, like, you know, what's a strong support levels for Solana to bid? And if you find any trade setups through that process, feel free to share those as well.
Sure. Going to start with the larger time frame here on a weekly. Looks a lot like Bitcoin, just in that bearish consolidation mode here. It tried to break above it. No luck yet here. Let's go to a daily. Okay. The daily is consolidating and, looks a little more bullish. It's breaking up. Looks like the momentum is coming up. Money flow is a bit flat. Slightly.
Daily?
This is the daily, yeah, for Solana. Yeah.
Look at that. Very similar to ETH, to SWI.
All altcoins. We should probably look at like total 3, like maybe like all altcoins or something like that too. Just kind of get a broader metric here. Let's go to like maybe a 4-hour for Solana.
Oh.
Okay, look at that.
Ooh.
A lot like Bitcoin, but look, it already got the 21 touch there. That looks like it might want to bounce there.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is an Adam and Eve pattern, yes?
It is, yeah. Adam, Eve.
This is on the total 3.
For total 3. So altcoins look good right now.
And that's on the 5-minute.
How's our momentum indicator for that? Is how we looking? Okay. Coming to the upside.
Money flow is about to cross over. We need VWAP. VWAP is trending down though. We need that. I mean, but it would make sense because it's coming in to potentially fill out.
That's a perfect Adam and Eve.
It's a perfect Adam and Eve.
It doesn't usually get that perfect.
That is a literal perfect Adam and Eve. V-shape recovery into a cup, into a handle, into a break to the upside.
And easy. And that's why I'm a little bit bullish right now, just for the bigger time frames. What this is the small though. This is a 5-minute. What is this?
5-minute, yeah.
5-minute. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I wish it was a larger time frame.
Holy.
So a 50% breakout would be up to 720 billion. It's more of a broad. And so it's more of a broader kind of, look, obviously. Can you long or short the total 3 anywhere?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Oh, someone correct us if we're wrong, but I don't think you can, any exchange has that.
Yeah. And I don't, maybe I get tapped in here. Maybe I get tapped
Total 3. Yeah, it looks like everything else on the weekly though. And the bigger time frames, yeah. 4-hour. Yeah.
All right, 5-minute session closed. I canceled the trade out. Would have gotten tapped in, but let's see. Let's go back to Bitcoin, and that green dot showed up again. Let's look at the 15. 15's printing a hammer candle or a shooting star, or whatever you want to call it. And the good thing I canceled that order. And this is what I was saying with not being afraid to take your profits early.
Yep.
Right? I mean, what would that have been, right, JP? This would have been a 0.25% move in a 5-minute candle. Multiply by your leverage. You're making money.
Yeah.
You are literally making money. Now, this might play out further to the downside. But if you're saying, you know what, I'm good, man. I just made $80 in 2 minutes, in 5 minutes. I'm good.
It's a scalper's dream.
That covers my, nothing. $80 definitely doesn't cover groceries. I don't know. That covers my my tank of gas for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, that covers my power bill. That covers my car insurance. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the trade is down, but it's not over. And, the chat wanted to go short. The only thing we could have done is maybe a slightly bigger time frame. I don't know. I don't see any.
I'm going to have to rethink this, JP, because I want it to be a trade where it's in and out before the show's over.
Gotcha. Well, check out the 1 minute.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's bullish. It looks bullish.
The 1 minute looks bullish?
How do you, how do you short that?
Okay, so is there a 1 minute trade setup that we can get into? I'm kind of itching for a trade here, man. I'm getting the FOMO.
Yeah, see, I'm a strong MA guy. I'm just these crosses and support, and I'm big on the MA. I mean, technically, you do have a higher high on this 1 minute, and the RSI is down. You could say you have some slight divergence, but I don't usually short divergence on a 1 minute like that, right after, a
Why
cross.
not, man? Live a little.
I'm zen, man. I'm looking for the bigger picture.
The greatest picture.
But what do you think about it? I don't know. Do you see a smaller time frame short setup?
Yeah, the 5 minute.
5 minute.
5 minutes kind of consolidate. Well, here, 5 minutes consolidating under that VWAP. We got the green dot of doom, but this is also a little bit of a flag here.
Stokes are high.
This is a little bit
And you know what? It's giving kind of that Adam and Eve vibe too a little bit. You see that?
The 5 minute, it is. You're right.
It's not perfect, but you know, on the total 3 was perfect, but this is giving Adam and Eve vibes. So look at that.
Which if it is, we very well might have gotten greedy and won both sides of the trade. Won the handle part of the cup, right, for a short.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we get into a long, gotten in on the breakout as well.
We could.
This is interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's draw and how about we do this, JP? How about we both stay on the same time frame?
All right. Are we on a 5 minute now?
Let's find an entry for a long on this. If this truly is, if we're going to trade this like it's an Adam and Eve pattern,
okay.
Where are we getting in?
Sure. All right. Let me flip this.
So I'm going to do this. So right now for me, it looks like the 236 is holding.
Yeah.
71,223. We've gotten below there on wicks. The wicks are, well, depending on where this closes, this is on the 5 minute. We're starting to see momentum roll over on the 5 minute. VWAP is starting to, VWAP's flattened out and money flow looks like it's going to continue. So for me, the 50% level makes sense. 71,071.
50% of the pattern there.
50%,
yeah.
Low 70.6K, high 71.4K. That 50% fib level is at 71,017. And you can see what price has done in those levels. Rejection, rejection, rejection on a close, on a close, on a wick.
You see, like I'm usually so much more generous. Like I would put my stop loss on a below the pattern itself, the entire pattern. That way, you know, you invalidate the
whole pattern.
The whole pattern, and then take it up higher, like take it to the 200 MA or further to resistance here.
So here's how I would do this long, okay? I would get in at a 50% fib level.
Okay.
I would...
Let me see.
And let's see where this breakout is. Let's go ahead and measure the depth of the head. Let's take it from the 50. And let's 50. Draw this. Nope.
So is that about 71,000?
Something like that.
That's like the exact entry for my short, I think.
so let's go a little below that, okay? Let's bring it down to 71,588. Right, that's below, a little bit below our measured move here.
Okay.
As a baby blood diamond officially printed. And I would probably hide my stop loss below the open here, which is also below our gold pocket of this move, which gives us a 3-to-1 trade setup. And that short, if you're still in, is looking real nice right now, my friends.
Let's take a look.
That short is looking real nice right now.
Okay, yeah, we're coming back to that 200. If we lose it, this could be a fast drop down.
5 minute looks pretty bearish. Let's just get an anchor or anchor wave short here on market cipher B with a baby blood diamond, and we almost tapped the 50 on a wick. You see that? 50 on the wick. We got to that market cipher that I think it was ribbon 5.
Okay.
And so I think we'll get the entry, and I honestly think maybe we get a wick down to this gold pocket here, sub 70K. I think at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and put an entry in right below 71. I think we get a wick into the low 7 or into the very, very high 70s.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be my trade.
Looks like you're in.
No, I'm not in. No, that was a morning trade.
Gotcha.
So for this one, let me check here. I like this. 21-day bounce.
So we're going long and short on the same account.
Yep. Well, the short's the community. They wanted
like
it, remember?
Yes.
And I think our liquidation for that short was 71.9. Anyway, so here's what I got. We're going to get into a Bitcoin long at $70,943. $70,943. Our take profit is 71,583. Let's see where we put that. 71. Oh, we got a little greedy there. 71,583. We'll call it 589.
Okay.
And then our stop loss. We're going to adjust down to 70,756. This is below.
756.
This is below these two lows, right? This double bottom here, we'll put it even below the wick low. So 70,733. 70,721. So this right now is a 3-to-1 trade setup on a long.
Okay.
And look at tap that 50 perfectly. Look at that.
Maybe we win both trades.
Well, we would have already won the first one, right? The first one that I didn't get tapped in, that hopefully people watching got tapped in, they made money.
Hey.
So, and if they're still in, they're making money. I would recommend you close this trade out like now. 50's there, volume's there, increase. I think the higher time frames are starting to see some increased volume.
Okay.
Well, not increased volume, but let's take. I was looking at the 30-minute. 30-minute, as long as it closes green, 30-minute is increased volume, double green dot on the market side for B. But my big thing here is you're approaching the 50. You already tapped it once, and it pushed back up. So if you're still in the trade, you're in the green, right? I mean, you got in. If you got in there, you're up almost 0.5% and counting. So I would get out of the trade, bank your profits, and then if you want to follow on the next one, we're looking for a long, which I don't know, might get stopped out, but I feel fairly good about it.
Looks good.
All right. What do you got, man?
I'm just switching back to the 4-hour. I'm just looking here. Only thing, I'm just looking at the potential bounce later, maybe, with this 4-hour time frame. Or now. I don't have a definite setup here. I'm just kind of taking a look. And looking at other assets. Looking at the NASDAQ still being bearish. And look at that. That's a blood diamond right there on the 5-minute for the NASDAQ. I like to just kind of go through different assets. Look at gold. Gold is bearish on a small time frame. It's interesting. It's funny how all assets are kind of like moving together now.
Yeah.
The gold dumping with Bitcoin, with the NASDAQ.
Gold's like, we're in this together.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring out one other thing. Circle USDC. They're basically number 2 to Tether USDT. Now let me ask you a question. If you could invest in Tether as a company, would you?
Yeah, 100%. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So they're.
Why would you?
Absolutely. Yeah. But they're private. You can't right now.
They're one of the most profitable companies. I think if you measure their revenue or profit per employee, they're the most profitable company to ever exist in humanity. Yeah.
Wow.
They have like 30 employees and they make $3 billion a quarter.
I didn't know all of that.
In profit.
Wow.
Yeah. And their operating costs are like nothing.
But I bring that up to say that Circle is a public company.
It is.
Yeah, they have a stock, and I've been kind of following it, and I've been actually DCAing into it, and it's kind of interesting. This is what the weekly chart looks like. It looks horrible, like at first. It looks like a meme coin, And when it first came out, I saw this big old peak up. It debuted at like $69, and it went all the way up to like $300. And I patiently waited on that. I didn't buy the top. I had drew a fib level on that. For my entry, on a weekly, big old just long-term trade. And this thing came down severely, man, but I just been kind of buying it over time, but it's been getting a pretty big move up lately. So I had started buying it around this golden pocket around here, like 150. I was buying it at 140, 120, all the way down, even as low as like $60. It went that low, but it's been recently breaking out, and I was wondering if this would
That's the weekly? That looks pretty good.
That's the weekly. I was wondering if, you know, like, shouldn't Circle make money in a bear market?
They make money regardless. If people
Right.
are using their stable coins, they're making money regardless.
Yeah. So it's kind of been, you know, reversing its course down lately. It's been making some big moves, and it was a earnings statement that came out recently, a positive earnings statement that I think set off this kind of reversal here. But it's interesting. And by the way, I think I'm still only like break even, basically, almost break even. I may be still down on my total investment here, but just something just interesting, you know, a Circle USDT on the stock market, and Coinbase actually has like a big stake in Circle. You know, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but they have a big stake in them. They actually were trying to buy them for a while, but yeah, Circle is interesting to me right now.
Coinbase is trying to buy everyone.
Yeah.
We got tapped into our long.
Oh, let's check it out.
Yeah. So right now we're up 4%. We did wick a little bit below our entry. This is a 5-minute. Now we front run this thing a little bit, guys, right? But we may very well get stopped out, but I feel like would mitigate our losses if we do. And but this is a really nice. I feel good about this trade.
Oh,
we'll see, unless Trump comes out and does what Trump does, you know?
Yeah, you never know.
Great. And so yeah, so we're in the trade. Entry was 70,943. Stop loss 70,721. Take profits 71,589.
I like the 15-minute rejection. The community trade might just play out. We'll see.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry, I kind of cut you off there. You were talking about the 4-hour on Bitcoin, right?
Before, yeah, the 4-hour, yeah. But right now, we're just looking at the 15-minute getting rejected. You know, this community trade may play out, but 4 hours kind of like my guide for the day. I would say. You know, expecting it to continue to retrace and eventually get a bounce. You know, I'm in the camp right now of we may make it into the larger, you know, the value area above us. You know, I can see us getting into that value area above us. But once again, I don't want to have a narrative. I'm letting the charts talk to me about that. You know, and the charts are telling me that that's a bullish move with a healthy retracement. Right. So, you know, that's kind of my guide, you know, so around 69K, 70K, and especially like 69, 68. If I'm still in the short, I'm definitely looking to, you know, take some profit around there in anticipation for that bounce.
All right. I want to give some shout out to the chat, and I think we're going to wrap this sucker up here. We're at an hour already.
Whoa.
Time flies when you're having fun, you know?
Absolutely.
A shout out to all the new people. I know a couple people, JP, came in here supporting you. We love that. Keep coming back, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Off centralized government. Warsh was nominated. Didn't affect 1%. I know, right? Yeah. Jenny. I think Jenny earlier said, I voted, but I don't trade. Hey, we appreciate it. CarJ said, U.S. Central Command is now saying internally this war against Iran is likely to last through September. That would be terrible. Rex said, nice call on the Adam and Eve. I think he was referring to you or me. I don't know. Either way, thank you. Gina said, don't let the FOMO control you, David. Gina, I appreciate you looking out for me. Thank you very much.
Hey.
That's all we got, man. We'll come back tomorrow for the trading show at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. We'll do the morning show with myself and Rob at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. So you get double Sin City Crypto tomorrow. And until then, you guys, peace.
We appreciate you.